Hey there, folks. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. It's the 23rd, but this is a video from the 22nd. Thanks for being here. Eagles, Bills, by the way. Like I was saying, just wanted to try something out. Not sure if it means anything, but we'll see. SAP. Accelerated, that's good. Hu from 3F, by the way. We'll see. Either Hu Yang is... By the way, I mentioned in the free-to-play video that I watched Zeros. I don't know. Well, or you should farm stuff in video. Interesting. Very interesting stuff, I gotta say. He had me very interested early on. And then as the video went on, I kind of lost interest in the way, and the reason it went that way is it became as I think it turned from being efficient to not so much. And I don't know. There was some stuff that obviously he's at a different stage of the game than I am, but not really that far off. By the way, we got Padawan Obi-Wan 2 Gear 12 today. He was at Gear 10 yesterday. We got the Cairo attack, hit the Cairo for him, and then we took him all the way through 11. Now he's at 12. I says 12.5 right now. So we need 3 more pieces, and yeah, of course, these two are pairs. But especially this bottom one sometimes, but this one is just all fleet. But yeah, we're getting there. You know, we could theoretically stop and get Master Qui-Gon and then put him on the same page with Padawan Obi-Wan. Maybe we'll look at doing that, but we need to finish. Need to get popping on. We'll start with Nihilus. And hopefully 2. You know, get there eventually, I guess, with 2. And then hopefully we get what we need to finish out Sith and Paratrooper. Probably not getting all 19, though. But 6 will get us there. 6 is still put us on about a 6 or 7 day thing like I talked about yesterday. But yeah, I definitely am. It made me think of some things. Talking about Asmongold's video. I mean, Asmongold. Right. Zero's video. Sorry about that. Zero's video about what you should do and, you know, the farming order. Obviously, already have Executor. And then the second thing was Starkiller. And I'm like, Starkiller? Like Starkiller? And I'm still like, really? Starkiller? But I don't know. It made some sense. But then what made more sense than Starkiller was Jabba. After that, he's like, Jabba. I'm like, Jabba, you say. Jabba. Excuse me. And then after that, he's like, Jedi Cow. And then if you watch Shaka's video from last week, where he mentioned Jedi Cal, I'm like, Jedi Cal. And then he's like, Mommy Mandalore, and I'm like, and I'm not really confused by this. I'm just like, tell me more. And then from Mommy Mandalore, it kind of turns for me and he goes profanity, and I'm like, but then he brings it back to Leia, and I'm like, talk to me more, tell me more. I'm like, I can get on with Leia. And then he went someplace else. Maybe it was to Kylo. He meant Balin. But I know that he had Lord Vader very low. I know that he had it was Leia, then Luke. Then it might have been Balin. But anyway, he had Lord Vader really low. He had Ahsoka really low. He had the Gungans pretty low. The thing about the Gungans, as I mentioned in the other video, is he's like, they walk through pooping grounds. I'm like, you're trying to talk me out of not getting the Gungans by saying that they just destroy teams in proving grounds? And I'm like, why is that a bad thing? And he's like, and of course I know when he's saying this, that it's like, they're super expensive, which, I mean, of course they're a new team. Of course they need like 40 million Cairo. But I'm like, they can walk through proving grounds. And he's like, and his argument was they don't beat the GL. They're really not great in GC, and when the rig goes away, which pretty soon, you're probably not going to need him again. And I'm like, okay. But for me, where I am, if they could help me get through proving grounds, that's good. Once again, I recommend, I understand that it has been told. I'm going to say that again. Frick. I understand I don't know. I really don't understand why I said that. I swear. Why Zareth and I are not in the same place? Zareth, if you're watching, I apologize. Bye. My friend. But why? But Zareth and I are not in the same place in the game. Obviously, if you're in a later game and you're much closer to where Zareth is, it's going to make much more sense. But from an early game perspective, there is at least a little curiosity about the Gungans, and especially being able to have a little bit more efficiency getting through proving grounds. And if they can help me in conquest, why not? But it is, I'm sure, a very, very expensive farm, Karatech-wise. So at that point, you have to be like, is it worth it? And then that kind of when it turns into a cost-benefit analysis type thing, it's like, yeah, I could do that, but I don't know. But what it's definitely making me think, what it's definitely making me do, the Starkiller thing I might have to go back and rewatch. But because you don't need Mara for anything besides Starkiller, right? I'm pretty sure that's still the case. You don't need Dark Cyan for, Dark Talon for anything, right? I'm pretty sure. You don't need Cal Katarn for anything, especially if you think the Raven's Claw's no good. The Ravenclaw is pretty good, honestly. But if you don't think that Raven's Claw is not good, then obviously you probably don't love the idea of getting Cal Katarn. The only one that we can say is worth it is Dash. Because Dash is good, from what I understand. And also, you need the Outrider for Profundity. And then obviously, if you have Starkiller, you need Ufus, which is where Mara comes in, because Mara Palpatine, maybe that's why, because he's like, Mara can go on the team with Palpatine. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's his Reese's Mara, or maybe a light side tank or something, but I don't know. I don't know enough about that team. But I mean, if basically the only reason I'm getting it, and I understand what you're saying. You're like, look at me, and you're like, bro, you love Mara Jade. I know, I do. And so I have Mara already. But then it's like, you were if you don't remember back when I originally started this, you are a ship guy. You said you like ships. True. Which means Outrider should be up your rally. And I know about the thing with the Gerbil and Ravensclaw, so you have Cal Katarn at least. And so it's like, if you go get the Outrider and you go get Kyle, then that means all you need is Dark Talon. So what you're telling me is you're trying to talk me into going for Starkiller. You don't have to think about it. I'm going to have to think about it. Okay? So I'm not saying that we're putting Starkiller in the farm, but I might. So I might have, he had, but I'm talking about, going back to Zeros video, so we had Kyle High. So he had, that's not Camara. He had, Circular 1, I mentioned Starkiller 2, Jabba 3, Cal 4, then Mommy Mandalore, then Leia, then Luke, then... No. It was after Mommy Mandalore, then was Profundity, then Leia, then Luke, then maybe Leviathan, then maybe Balin. And GI and Afra were way far down the list. So, and then like I said, he was poo-pooing in the Gungans, but he's like, they're really good, but you don't need them outside of the raid, and thus, but they can walk through proving grounds. And I'm like, so what you're telling me is that I should get Gungans before I get Afro and maybe GI. So what you're telling me is, if you're me, you're probably thinking about Cal, you're thinking about Starkiller, you're thinking about Mommy Mandalore, you're thinking about Profundity, and you're thinking about Gungans. But just me. I mean, so, but let's look at my Rebels and see where I don't know where I am with Kyle, honestly. Let's find out where I am with Kyle, shall we? Because I don't think I'm anywhere. But I'm not sure where I am with Kazakhstan. So Kazakhstan is right here. He's 13. I brought it. He's at tier 13. Okay. And honestly, I just need to bring him up. I need to put some relics on him. He's right there. He's tier 13. I forgot where he was, honestly. And now if we go look at Darth Talon is 7 stars. I don't know if I knew that or not, honestly. And then let's look at this guy. Where is he? Dash is nowhere. Where is the Outrider? Because honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I'm thinking about it, guys. I'm thinking about it. Let me know. Circular. Yea or nay. But the thing is, Circular is super expensive. Okay? Wealth-wise. I mean, probably easier to gear relatively. But, guys, let's talk about Kel. Super accessible. Already have Marin done. These two are Ufus. Tarful's a Wookiee. Saw is whatever. And of course, there's Lama Mandalore, which they're just down the road from Circular. And they're all accelerated. And I already have Beskar Armor, and I already have Bam. Guys, I'm thinking about doing this stuff. On top of what I'm already doing. All before we get to that. But I know. You're like, bro, just stop. I know. But you can't blame a guy when somebody lays it out, lays out the logic. Because Leia's not hard. The thing that gives me pause about Luke or Yoda, come on. Of course. Anyway, I know that I probably need to get going, and that it's like 2:08 now. That I don't think I'm quite as delirious as I was late yesterday, but probably am. Especially since I didn't mean to say the guy, and I ended up saying the guy twice because I was not paying attention. So, yeah. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Probably think I'm sure you think I'm already insane because I mean, think about this and you're just like, bro, just finish what you're doing and go get Leia. But it's the struggle that I'm having is real, guys. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It's real. I don't love it, but it's a thing, and it makes me. I'm not putting that there. And I'm thinking, you should probably do it. All right. So I think I think that's all I got. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate the time. As always, make sure you hold the line, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.